So I'm Gareth Watkins. I'm a partner in Watkins Contractors Ltd. We also run a farm partnership, which my father and I are partners in, and we run a bulk haulage business. We're based in South Herefordshire, near a village of Harewood End, and we cover the surrounding counties with Gloucestershire, Monmouthshire, and slightly up into Shropshire. So we cover all aspects of agriculture. We have foraging, we do sugar beets, we run 4 combines, we have various different drills, precision and air drills, and we have a fleet of 12 tractors, some that are on hire, some that we own, and we have a spread of John Deere tractors that we're running, New Holland combines, a vat beet harvester, and then Crone grass care machinery as well, along with some balers, Crone balers and a McHale Fusion combi baler. So yeah, we are farming just over 2,000 acres in our own right as well, so enough to keep us busy. We cover various different jobs in contracting, so we don't cover potatoes, but we cover everything else. So trying to have the right machines for the right jobs, so there are different soil types across the area you cover is one of our biggest struggles. Making sure that we have the operations that we can offer our customers, they're providing that service. We're very lucky with the labour that we've got, the support there, because just how good a machine is, if you need the best labour. So we're very old-fashioned in a way. We've actually been using the back of a calendar, so splitting it up with days of the week and then splitting it between the number of operators, and between my father and I, we would write down what jobs need doing, which customers, what operation it is, and put it onto there. And then every morning we'd meet with the staff at 7 o'clock when they arrive and let them know what they're doing for their day. I'd never change that side of it, because every day you want to be able to check on your staff, making sure everyone's ready and fit for work, and have a bit of a laugh at the start of the day anyway, a joke of whatever's been going on. So we'd still be doing that, but the recording in the past has been to put that work onto just like a paper spreadsheet basically. So the trouble is that obviously jobs change all the time, weather changes, so different operations have to be moved about. So there was a lot of Tipex and rewriting and things like that in our old-fashioned method. And then from there, the boys would then have a timesheet, they'd hand their timesheet in, and then we'd also record it in a daily diary and then send our invoices out once a month roughly, even less frequent sometimes. So that's that kind of method, one of being able to provide more information to the boys of what work was coming up so they'd know what else they could move on to, but also the invoicing side. We wanted to try and improve how quick we were getting invoices out, wanted to improve more information we were providing our customers when we were sending the invoices. So that's why we wanted to look at what options were there to offer. Yeah, well, the main issues were timeless of invoices, so I felt that we needed to be doing invoices quicker, because by the time that we would do the invoices once a month, if we had done the work on the first of the month, the invoice might not be sent to the end of the month. Customers would then take a month, not necessarily to pay the invoice, but possibly to question it if there was something wrong. And suddenly you're 2 months, maybe even 3 months down the line from the work being done before you're actually getting payment. Obviously with wages bills, fuel bills, everything else that's coming in far quicker than that, we felt to keep on top of our cash flow, we need to be getting our invoices out quicker. So only fully on AgDrive since start of this year, then we fully engaged on it. We spoke to Will and his team, very supportive, and got all the boys set up. And I have to say that my staff of different age groups have all adapted onto it. So it's not something just the young man can operate. The older generation of staff have adapted onto it. So yeah, we've been fully operating on AgDrive from this spring's work. I can then put on the work, and doesn't always have to be assigned to a driver, but I can put that work onto AgDrive as the work comes in through the customers, and then assign it. And then having a few team leaders in my staff, they can then see it as well and assign it to different drivers. So that for the drivers to be able to see quicker. The next biggest advantage that I find, obviously with the office side of it, is that AgDrive is then, we operate Xero accounting software, and AgDrive works very well with Xero. So the couple of aspects, I was able to pull all of our customers across from Xero. I was able to pull across our products and services we offer, and all of those costings were then pulled across from Xero into AgDrive. So the only thing I needed to add in was the actual machines. So adding in the tractors, adding in a John Deere 6250 and putting the reg on it, so that when I assign a job, I can assign which machine. And then I did put the list of all of our implements on as well. So then once all of that bit's been put in, that's the only bit I had to do. Job can be assigned, the job can be done and recorded, and then on the same day that the job's been done, I can check it off, and in theory the invoice is being processed and sent straight to the customer. The boys are obviously recording through AgDrive where they're moving in the field, so for if we were fertiliser spreading or if we were muck spreading, for example, then the coverage is shown on the map that's been recorded through the AgDrive, and then I can choose whether I send that file along with the emailed invoice so that the customer can then see what we are covering. On top of that, as I said, customers giving them additional information, not just that we've done 20 acres of work, for example, and it's at this rate that we're charging, but also to show them maybe how much tonnage was recorded off that crop, or how much seed was used, to record what rate we drilled the seed at, for example. All that extra information we can put on there from AgDrive, which is not information we were able to offer to the customers before. Personally, I don't think it's probably slightly added to mine, but only a small amount of time for me. But the ladies that we've got in the office doing all the invoicing, it's taken a lot of strain off them, because cover between, as I say, the farming that we're running, the contracting, and also the haulage business, there's a lot of paperwork that was needing to be covered. And by me doing a small amount with AgDrive, extra to my workload, it's taken a huge amount of weight off them. As I said, with those invoices being processed, and not that there was ever miscommunication, but with Dad and I writing a diary and then the secretaries translating that into invoices, where now if all of that is being controlled by me, then I know it's right. I know the right customer has been selected. I know the right job is recorded, and just checking with the staff to make sure that they have put down the right thing. We have had a mistake where we recorded a 1,000-acre field, which we certainly don't have down in Herefordshire, and that was a slip with the operator putting down an extra couple of zeros, which was only a 10-acre field. But apart from that, checking some simple things, it's drastically saved us a lot of time. Yeah, I've been very impressed. I looked at a couple other platform softwares that was on the market, and some of those are not UK based, so I was a bit concerned at that. They offer a similar service, but that looking at a UK company was very important to us. We got a slight tie that a member of my staff knows Will, and so being able to speak to Will and feedback to Will. I was speaking to Will probably once a week when we started off, just with things that are feedback, because I think what's really good about AgDrive is that they're still developing as well. And not that it's not a finished project, but that they know that there's things they want to know from operators when they're using it, whether they can try and improve, and they're willing to do that and adapt. And I can't speak highly enough about the support that we've had to adapt to our business. They seem to have done really well. I think actually the app-based system, so obviously on their phones, they've all got smartphones. We have now paid for them to have extra data, so it's something that we're trying to support the staff with, because obviously they'll be using more data using this. It's recording their location while they're doing the operation, so that obviously takes up data. And once they were aware of that, because obviously they were concerned whether it was a cost that they were carrying, so once that we covered that data usage, they really adapted onto well. They can navigate themselves around. The good thing about it is that you can set different role levels within AgDrive. So there's some operators that might play a little bit more than they should do, and some operators that I'm happy to let them have more control, and I can set that role level to the operator that I think it's best suited to those people. It was from Xero, so most of that, moving that stuff across from Xero was very easy for us. We took the decision, I started looking at AgDrive last year, and the end, which the time that I think I needed to put in to put it ready, it was better that I did that prep over the winter. And then so we started this spring, and we sat down with the boys and went through. What's very good with AgDrive is they've done a lot of YouTube videos, so we could go through those videos with the boys, and so we could look at main operation. Will has come down and gone through the way it runs with our boys as well, so we've had that support. So timeliness, I think you need to allow yourself time. So as slowly as the spring work started this year, we could start to do jobs while still running our old system at the same time, so that the boys could then see both. So our transition wasn't bad at all. I think that's partly you've got to choose the best time for your business of when you've got the time to put the effort in. I don't think there's any software or any kind of technology you're trying to use, if you can't got the time and effort to put into it as well, it's not going to answer all your questions straight away, because every business is slightly different, and so you've got to make it right for your business. That I see no reason why we would go back. Well, I'd say get in touch with Will and his team to start with and just discuss how your business runs, because I find that he's very adaptable to see how it would suit you. And also have a look at their YouTube videos. I think it gives you a little indication, because sometimes quietly when you've got the moment, you can have a look through those videos and you can see whether you think that'd be adaptable. But as I said, we're only making use of one part of it, and I'd say to businesses, don't feel you need to use every part of AgDrive. It's not, you can just take from it what you want to use, what you feel would be best use to your system, your business. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would say AgDrive has making our business a lot more efficient, a lot more precise. It's been allowed my staff to have more input into what we're doing and have more knowledge of the business that we're running, and I would highly recommend it. I wouldn't go back.